way things are fluid and moving forward, I see it as becoming the new normal nowadays. Thankfully, we're moving in that direction. I don't see any reason to hinder any further, and I'd like to see everybody's faces.
Schools still be respectful if they are feeling ill, so that they don't come into the school and start a situation. Just throwing that in from my point of view. I'm still concerned.
I've seen cases where a student has cancer and other students have shaved their heads out of an understanding of what's going on. I would think that Amherst students would be respectful enough that if there was a teacher that maybe if they went to that particular class, they would consider wearing a mask if that's how they personally felt. If the teacher felt uncomfortable and in solidarity for that teacher, the respect for that teacher, that happens, then that would be a good thing for Amherst County.
I think from an ethical perspective, we gotta ensure the safety of the kids. And when people gather in a public building, there's a certain expectation that there's policies and things put in place for that safety. I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment, but I understand why you can't go in the courthouse with a gun. So that when you're in public settings, there's certain expectations that whoever oversees those public settings will provide for the safety and the health of people in those settings. So I think this board has demonstrated through the actions tonight with the masking that we're trying to compromise. But I also think we have to consider that there's other people out there that still have a lot of anxieties about this move, this transition, and that we have a duty to keep every child safe. I understand the parental right to have a child in the classroom, but you gotta understand there's usually 16, 17, 18 other kids in that classroom and a teacher that's handling those kids. And I think we have a duty, an ethical duty, to ensure that their safety.
On the contact tracing, to notify a parent about an issue that their child may or may not have come in contact with someone who tested positive, that I'm in agreement with. However, quarantine I am not. I don't think that we should send the child home as part of our control plan. I think that the parents have an obligation to monitor their child if they come in close contact, but to take the child out of school without symptom, I think is wrong. I think, you know, as if a parent approaches the school and would like to volunteer contact tracing mitigation through test to stay, that's the parent's right, if that's what they choose to do. However, I don't believe we should be quarantining unsick children. They've had enough of that. I think the numbers show that we're quarantining and taking children out of school that are not sick. And you're right, we're not gonna please everybody, but we gotta transition out of the fear and the anxiety the best we can.